Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Cross and I am here with Dixie Andelin Forsyth this morning for another feminine moment. And actually we are going to talk about a little controversial topic, but I think it's really important. We both think it's important that we talk about it because we've seen this and happening in our own lives and actually seen some articles recently about it, about the lack of feminine women in the United States, and that people in my
And a few other
circle,
countries. And
yeah,
a few other
yes,
countries.
true, and but I know in my circle of people, men have actually said this. They can't find feminine women, and they go to other countries and find a wife and bring them back here. And so we thought, since we are all about the pro-feminine movement and the pro-masculine movement, of course, that we would have Dixie talk to us today about what your thoughts on that.
Yeah, that's a really interesting subject. It's
Yeah.
unfortunately true. I know men in my own circle, in my own life, that have told me they're going out of the country and have gone out of this country, sometimes to South America or other countries, Asia, to find women because they said they can't find feminine women. And I think a lot of it is women. They're not meaning to be unfeminine. They're kind of lost. And the feminist movement really started in this country and Great Britain and then Australia. And so those countries, I think, is probably worse here because it was really pushed here and promoted here. And even though the feminist movement maybe started out with some good goals, in the end, they've pushed you can't trust men, that we got to kind of be like men,
Mm-hmm.
or their brand of femininity is actual being sensual, which has a place
Good
in
point.
married life, but it's not. It kind of turns off really good men, and so although it's sensuality is a part of femininity, it's got to be kept in bounds instead of just flaunted,
Right.
if that makes sense. And part of femininity is not just looks. It's the way you behave, the way you treat men, the way you talk to men, whether you're competitive with them, understanding men, all those things.
Yep.
Women are really aggressive in this country.
Aggressive.
There's some states, my kids have told me, where women basically do all the asking out, and they ask men to marry them, and men are not they're not in the traditional masculine role of asking a girl on a date if they want to date her. She does it all. And I've heard that some of the men sit back and think, yeah, let her do all the work. But the thing is, they don't really respect it.
I think they've given up because we've asked them to.
Some men don't know what they're supposed to do when they open a door for a woman. Some women love it. Some women act like they're offended, and it leaves men with not knowing how they're important. In fact, some women say, what do we need men for? Well, a lot. We wouldn't have the human race without them. We love men. I mean, we marry men. The wedding business in this country and other countries is still huge.
Yeah.
People are married 7 and 8 times. They still believe in trying to get it right.
Yeah.
They still want to. They still hope to get it right.
What is your top advice you would give to single women out there who are having trouble finding or keeping a good guy, finding or keeping that, having that great relationship?
Well, that's kind of a big topic, which Fascinating Womanhood and my whole book is about.
Yeah.
But your first presentations are important. When you first meet someone, your first impressions are important. The way you present yourself. If you're wearing pizza clothes, which I talk about in my new book, which is basically the clothes you wear when you don't really care.
Right.
Some girls act like, well, I'll dress up if there's a guy I'm interested in, but if not, I'll wear pizza clothes. Are just clothes like old sweatpants with holes in them, fuzzy slippers you wear out. You don't even put a brush through your hair, just maybe knot it up on top of your head.
No makeup.
No makeup, not even lip gloss, nothing. and you just really don't seem to care how you look. And that's one first impression. And another one is how very just as important is how you treat men. If you're feminine, if you're aggressive, or if you act like you're one of the guys. What do guys need with one more guy? They want they want the opposite, contrast. Uh, Opposites attract. It's not. You need to have respect for men, basically respect for yourself. But I mean, it sounds like a huge long list. But reading these books, my book isn't quite out yet, but reading Fascinating Womanhood will help you get an idea of femininity and what it actually is. It's where your greatest power lies. And power, I don't mean by power, I don't mean manipulation. I
No,
mean influence. I mean influence.
I love
And
that.
your greatest power lies in being a feminine woman and not trying to be another guy, because you're never going to be one. I knew one girl who was dating a guy, and she got really upset because they were going bowling and he beat her in bowling, and she thought, he's not going to want to marry me because I didn't win. It was completely wrong. She went home and cried because she thought she didn't beat him. She was trying to compete with him on a guy-to-guy basis. He didn't need that. He didn't want that.
No, no, they do not want that.
No, it's one more
And it
guy.
doesn't mean
Yeah,
you can't have fun playing games. Jeff and I used to play tennis together a lot, and he would beat me every time, even though I thought I was the better tennis player because I played for years. He still beat me. And it's so funny. We laugh about it all the time. But I love that it helped him feel good about himself, I think. It was.
yeah, and even if you, like, say you're playing a board game, it's not a game of strength or skill. You're playing a board game and you beat him. You can still be feminine about it.
Absolutely.
You can always be a girl and whatever you do.
Yeah,
And,
girl.
and there's so much influence that you have in being female versus doing a guy thing. The feminist movement has taught us that this is so unfair to our gender, that
Yes.
in order to be of the greatest value, we need to look and act more like men. That's saying that we're not good enough by ourselves, that
But although
they're the real ones.
you
It's not
yourself has said that if that were true, then why is the Woman of the Year on Vanity Fair magazine
a biological man.
a biological man?
Yeah, it's like saying there's no woman good enough. They had to pick
Yeah.
a man who decided he wanted to be a woman and got a bunch of surgery. And that women aren't good enough, that is just simply not true. And so the feminist movement has really betrayed us. I know they didn't start out that way, but
Yeah.
there's so many, my mother experienced it in her day, so many man haters. That is not going to do us any good. I think we said it on another video. I read a quote by, I wish I could remember who it
Well,
was.
man haters and feminine woman haters.
Well, yeah, other women who act like feminine women are somehow insipid or not smart.
Right?
What an insult to our own sex.
Yep.
We are not, they don't understand the power of femininity, the power of being female.
Right.
We are incredibly valuable just being women. We don't have to emulate men. It actually hurts us because
It
the,
does.
the best we could ever be is second-rate men. We can never be men.
Can you explain that a little bit? Why masculine? Why acting like a man doesn't work on a woman?
Because we're not men. And so it's like we're kind of fake men or second-class men. We can never be them, and they can never be us. So it's like you're selling yourself way short. If you can learn to understand the power of being female, and I don't mean sensual, sexy, all that stuff. That has a place, but not in the context I'm talking about. And you will find you have more influence and you have more self-esteem, more confidence if you are actually embrace female, which is what you are. And don't act like in order to be validated out there, you have to, why is it that when a woman is professional, feels like she has to wear sort of a woman's version of a man's suit?
Yeah.
Where did that come from? I mean, there's some beautiful suits out there for women, but this whole idea of the briefcase and the coat, the lapelled coat, And we can get away with that if we have something that's kind of uh, a little more fitted. There's different designs that are attractive, but the whole idea why women, is it because they're trying to get validation from men? Why is it that the professional look is a little towards the masculine side? Is it because
They don't want to show their feminine side in business because they'll be treated differently.
because why? It means that we're less intelligent. I mean, it makes no sense.
I
It
know.
makes no sense. We're every bit as intelligent. We should be able to be as girly as we want. And if, I mean, I have a suit, but it's cut. It's a very feminine cut. And when I wear it, I wear some. I'm a little more of a girly girl, and some. I wear a blouse with it that has, I think it has ruffles or lace or something on it. And the contrast when you wear something a little more masculine and you contrast it with something sharply feminine, it actually emphasizes the differences in one outfit, which is part of the new book that you'll read about. But
I'm
it's,
so glad you mentioned that.
yeah, you can, and the same thing with jeans. You can, there's really, really neat jeans now. There didn't used to be. It used to be when a woman wanted to buy jeans, you had to go to the men's department and they didn't fit right. And it was, you know, now there's some wonderful jeans, but even then you can contrast it with something really feminine on the top of your hair, your makeup, something in your hair. And you emphasize the differences in one outfit.
So great. What a great topic. I'm sure I would love to see more on this, and especially back to the original time, the lack of feminine women in the country and in other countries. So
Yeah.
for
The
sure.
lack the lack of feminine women isn't really as much about clothing. That's a part of it. It's more about the way we treat men, the way women don't understand and validate masculinity, real masculinity. I'm not talking about criminal behavior or any of
No.
that stuff. And that's not masculinity anyway. That's just bad behavior. But emphasizing and validating real masculinity in men,
Yeah.
looking like a woman, acting like a woman, is, and needing men. They need to be needed, and so do we.
Thank you so much. Everyone watching, please like, share, comment below, even if it's not, if it's a contrary opinion to what we're saying here. We want the discussion to continue. So don't be afraid. We want to talk about this.
Yeah, we are the pro-feminine movement.
Yeah, pro-feminine movement, and we want to talk about these issues. They're important issues for the world today. So thank
Yes.
you for liking, subscribe to the YouTube channel, visit the website. Dixie's new book, Fascinating Womanhood for the Timeless Woman, will be available soon. And there's plenty of other products there as well. The Vintage Fascinating Womanhood, the new workbook that's updated. Go ahead.
The the ebook on Fascinating Womanhood Vintage will be available very, very soon. It's just maybe
Wonderful.
the next week. It's just
Oh,
almost
good.
ready to go. So yeah.
Oh, can't wait. Thank you, Dixie, and everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.